What's up, everybody? Welcome to week 26 here on the 52 Horrific Weeks in 1981 series. I am your host, of course, Moon616, and thank you once again for joining me. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Before we get into this, I just want to give a special shout out to all my Canadian fellows, just wishing Canada a happy birthday. Yeah, awesome. Alright, yeah, so sorry this is going to be a day late. I usually post these on Sundays, but yesterday was an insane day for me. I didn't get around to doing it, so it's going to be posted later on tonight. I'm doing this really late, actually, too, so. But anyways, like I did in all the other weeks, popped in the remaining films into the randomizer, press random, and Inseminoid came up. Now, this is a film I've seen a few times in the past. Yeah, alright, well, we'll get right into the plot here. This basically centers around 12, I guess they're researchers. They are sent to this planet. I'm not even sure that the planet actually has a name. But anyways, they're sent to this planet to go and, you know, basically excavate and look for, like, human or any type of life on this planet. You find out right away that in the past there was a couple botched attempts at, attempts on this planet. They went wrong, people died, and stuff like that. So of course, in the middle of their excavation or research or whatever, they come across like this weird crystal material, and the scientists figure that, you know, something has to be feeding off this. Yeah, I don't really know how they come to that conclusion, but anyways, so in doing the research, one of the scientists, she actually ends up getting raped, attacked and raped by this creature, this alien from this planet. And of course, he impregnates her. Yeah, he impregnates her. So the scientists do some tests on her. She's really sick at first, and then all of a sudden she goes fucking mad, like crazy mad. She starts taking out, you know, the other researchers one by one. And yeah, so that's the entire plot of the movie. My thoughts on this one? Now, every time I watch this movie, I've always wanted to like it. I've seen this movie multiple times, and every time I go into it, I'm like, okay, you're going to like it this time. No, it falls up short every single time for me. This is basically a low-budget, you know, rip-off of Alien. This movie came out of the UK. The problem with this movie is that it's really slow. It's too quiet. There's not really a lot happening, and there's no aliens in this really at all. It's more about after she gets pregnant, she goes on this like murderous rampage, killing off everybody one by one. So it's kind of like a slasher film, you know, hidden in like this alien movie. You know, it's really weird. And that's pretty much the essential, like what it is. Like, you don't really get to see any aliens until she gives birth towards the end of the film. You get to see this one on the cover. And that's really about it, you know, like, it's around, this movie runs about 93 minutes, and I swear, 85 minutes in the movie is when you get to first see a fucking alien, you know, besides the one that rapes her, but, like, you know, that's only for, like, 1 second, and, you know, there's about 8 minutes left in this movie, you get to see an alien, you're just like, what, really, like, you know, there's not a lot of alien action. That's what's so disappointing about this. You know, as for her kills, some of them are pretty decent, but, you know, it's really boring and predictable. The whole movie is just, this movie could have been like 20 minutes shorter, easily. There's a lot of really, really slow parts where they're just randomly talking about scientific shit and shit that doesn't really need to be there. You know, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't add anything to the, you know, to the insane plot of this movie. But yeah, you know, with that said, like, you know, it suffers horribly from a terrible score. You know, like I said, it's too quiet. You know, if they had some type of fucking, you know, early 80s synth music in there or something to, like, kind of perk it up a little bit, you know, it probably could have helped a little bit, but, you know, it doesn't work on all levels, and it's too low budget to make, you know, obviously the movie was so low budget that they couldn't even fucking, you know, basically put aliens in the Alien film, so, yeah, you know, if I had to rate this one, I'd probably give it about 4.5 out of 10. I can't recommend this one. It's just too boring. It's really boring. It's poorly done. Yeah, and I'd probably give it, you know, that score strictly because there is a couple parts in this movie when her kills are decent. It's not overly gory at all. There's a couple parts, but it's not like insane. You know, even the rape scene is just straight up silly in this movie. It's really silly. You know, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's basically just like a tube being inserted into her, and with some like really weird green goo. Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's such a weird scene. I think the best scene in this movie is actually when she's giving birth. It's kind of tedious because she's screaming a lot, and you know you kind of feel for her like a little bit, but it just goes all downhill. She has the baby, and it's like, yeah, whatever, you know. And then the end of the movie is pretty much like it's so blah, you know, like you don't even care, you know, like all you want to do is just have this movie end, and yeah, you know, and maybe hope for something really exciting to happen in the end of the movie, but it just doesn't deliver. There's no parts of this movie that deliver at all. So, but yeah, I think that's enough, you know, beaten up on Inseminoid. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this movie. I've watched it, you know, multiple times in my life, and I've tried to like this movie. I've tried my hardest to like it, but it's just really, it's poor. It's just really poor. But my biggest problem with this is that it's boring. You know, that's really bad. So anyways, week 26 here on the 52 Horrific Weeks of 1981. I'm your host, of course, Moon616, and thank you for joining me and leaving comments and subscribing. You guys are amazing. So yeah, I'd like to actually hear your guys' thoughts on this one. If you've seen this movie and you actually enjoy it, let me know why you enjoy it, because I'm curious. And if you dislike it, let me know what your problems are with this one. They're probably very similar to mine, but yeah, Inseminoid, week 26 here. Yeah, halfway through the year already. We're moving along. All right, peace out, homies.